everybody, welcome back to Epic Beauty Fail. I'm Jessica, and on today's video we're doing day 5 of the June foundation reviews. So today I'm using another Ordinary product. I used the Serum Foundation on Monday, and today I'm using the Coverage Foundation. There's what the packaging looks like. This is just the box. Okay, and this product does have a pump. I'm going to pull it out. This is a fairly inexpensive foundation. I think it was $7 on Beautylish. This is what the bottle looks like. It looks very, very similar to the Serum one. I did get the same shade. I got 1.1N. In fact, it looks very similar to the other one, the Serum Foundation. In fact, the only difference is that it says Serum Foundation versus Coverage Foundation. Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at the two bottles. This one here is the Serum, and then the Coverage one is on the left. I mean, they look identical, except that the color shade they're both 1.1N, but this one, for some reason, at least in this lighting, looks a little bit darker than the Serum Foundation. I'm not sure if the camera was able to pick that up or not, but it looks a little bit darker, so we'll see how that works. Before I started the camera, I did some things to prep my skin because this is a full coverage foundation. I don't normally like full coverage foundations, so I put a lot of moisturizer on my skin today, moisturizing products to try to make it as clean and smooth as a canvas as possible. So I did spray my face with the Pixi Hydrating Milky Mist. I also put on the Tarte, what is this called? Drink of H2O moisturizing cream. I actually put the gel, I guess. I put it all over my face, including heavily on my under eyes. I then primed my skin. Then I sprayed my face with MAC Fix Plus Prep and Prime. Then I put this on my face. It's the Origins Original Skin Pore Perfecting Cooling Primer with Willow Herb. That's a long name. So those are the 4 things that I put on my skin prior to starting the camera. And now I think it's time to go in with the foundation. What's funny is when you shake this, I don't know if that's the pump that's making a rattling noise. I think the microphone is able to pick that up. Or if that's the liquid. I think it might be the pump, the spring in the pump, but we'll see. All right, I do have the Decium website, which is the parent company for The Ordinary, and I'm going to read you a little bit about this foundation specifically. They have several colors, but a lot of them lean towards the lighter shades. So there's the color range there. And let's go ahead and read a little bit about this foundation. So it says, coverage foundations are full coverage formulations available in a comprehensive shade range across 21 shades. I don't think that's very comprehensive, but I don't know. These foundations contain higher pigment levels than our Serum foundations, but still offer a smooth finish that avoids the heavy makeup look that can make skin appear more aged. Let's hope. The texture is that of a lightweight, non-oily cream. Again, let's hope. The pigments used in these formulations are treated for a rich, highly saturated effect. These pigments are suspended in our proprietary spreadability system that allows pigments to look natural on the skin, resist collecting within fine lines, and stay on for longer. The foundations offer a semi-matte finish and are compatible with most primers and are designed to work exceptionally well with the primers offered from The Ordinary. Okay, so the directions say, shake before use, dispense a small amount into the palm or the back of your hand, smooth on, and blend throughout the face, ideally outward from the midpoint of the face. All right, then it has the ingredients, blah, blah, blah. It's got 7.7 out of 10 stars. So that's on their website. I don't know that that's all that great. That's what, about 3.5? But okay, I did shake it. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to pump out one pump on the back of my hand. And, oh, so the first pump I got was like a half a pump. So that is, it's a little bit runny, but it is definitely thicker than the other foundation. All right, I'm going to go ahead and use my Flower Beauty sponge on the right-hand side of my face, your left, and then my, what is this, my Sigma F80 on my left, your right. I'm going to go ahead and get right into this and see how it does. Okay. Now it says it's highly spreadable, so I'm going to try to get this as spread out as possible. because I do not want a cakey finish. Okay, so I think this is a little bit on the yellow side. I don't think it's bad with my shade. It's definitely a little bit yellow though. So far, immediate response or immediate reaction is that it's actually not looking too bad on my skin. I expect it to be a lot more coverage than what it actually is giving me, and maybe that's just because of the amount of preparation I put into my skin prior to actually starting. But we'll go ahead and get a pump on my other hand and go in with a brush. Okay, so I feel like it went farther with the brush. I am going to just go over it with my sponge just to even out the finish a little bit, because I got a fuller coverage with the brush than I did with the sponge. And especially here on my nose, I feel like right in here on the arch of my nose, bridge of my nose, excuse me, that it piled on a little bit thicker. So I'm going to just try to get that evened out a little bit. I don't know. This is... The primer is acting weird. So my primer is acting a little weird with this. I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but there's like a line where I think my primer ended on my nose, right around my nostril here, that is like giving a line. So that, I don't know if that's necessarily a primer or the foundation, but I have like a line along my nose. That's kind of weird. Okay. Initial reaction is that I'm liking this. Now, maybe I didn't put enough on, but I don't feel like it's full coverage. There's definitely a lot of color there, so that's not a problem. I'm hoping this doesn't oxidize on me because it's already a hair dark. I probably should have gotten the 1.0. Instead, I got the 1.1, but sometimes I'm not good at matching my skin tone with foundations. Anyhow, I don't think it looks bad. I just think it's like a hair dark, just slightly. Right now, it's not looking bad. It's looking actually pretty good on my chin, which, if you don't watch any of my videos, is one of my major problem areas. I don't feel like it's sitting very well on my nose, though. So we'll see about that. All right, the time is now 9:32. And I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of my makeup, and I will be right back. All right, everybody, my makeup is done on the rest of my face. I have the Catrice Liquid Camo concealer underneath my eyes. I have the Too Faced Born This Way Ethereal Setting Powder. I have... On my face, I have the Smashbox Contour Palette. I just have the contour shade here at the end. I don't think they have any like variation. I think it's just these three shades, but I have this shade here on the end. No name, it's just the contour shade. On my cheeks, I have this Amani Pressed Mineral Blush in the color Caliente, which is more of an orange than a red, I feel like. I think I might have gotten that in a beauty box because I don't remember buying that. I have the Fenty Beauty Kilowatt highlighter in the Lightning Dust, the more muted of the two. I have Lightning Dust and Fire Crystal. I used Lightning Dust on my cheeks. Then on my eyes, I have my MAC Painterly Paint Pot. I have the Butter London Double Decker Lashes on my lashes. And then on my eyes, I have the Anastasia Soft Glam Palette. I used the color Tempera to set my paint pot, and then Burnt Orange in the crease, Dusty Rose all over the eye. On top of that, I used the Rose Pink color to give it a little bit of shine, and in the outer corner and on the under eye, I used Mulberry. So I went with a very red look today. I like the way reds look on my eyes. Until I put my mascara on, I always look like I'm dead, but I like the way reds look on my eyes. Okay, and then on my my lips, I have the MAC lip pencil in Boldly Bare, and then the Huda Beauty Liquid Matte in Bombshell. So that's what's on my lips. And then I did spray everything in place with my MAC Fix Plus. So that's my face. I'm going to zoom you in because there are some things about this foundation that are really starting to bother me. So let's zoom you in. And I forgot to give you the time. It is 9:58, so we'll call 10 o'clock our check-in time, and I will wear this until 6 o'clock tonight. But this is the weird spot right here, and I hope the camera will pick that up. But like right in here along my hairline, it looks like I just like smeared some paint. Can you guys see that? I hope you can see that. And that might have to do with like my primer. Like that might be where my primer ended and it's just acting a little bit weird with this primer. I'm still getting used to this primer. I've only used it a couple of times, so I'm still getting a little bit used to it. So I'm going to give that the benefit of the doubt, but it still looks weird. On my chin, it's not looking too bad actually. I've definitely seen other foundations crease a lot more than this one has so far on my chin. I think though that the finish, ignoring that one line across my nose, I don't know if the camera will pick it up close up, but that's what I was saying earlier about I think that might be where the primer ended. So it's giving like this weird line. I don't know if the camera was picking it up or not, but anyhow, the actual finish I am liking except for those couple of places, like up here, the line on my nose, and my chin's not even bad, but like look around my lips. I don't know if the camera is picking that up or not, but like I had to wipe away some of the foundation around my lip right here because it was like really starting to crease weird. What a face, right? But like right in here around my lips, it's really starting to crease weird. So I don't know what's going on there. But other than that, I think it looks okay. I'm not upset right now. It's getting, I take that back. It's getting a little bit cakey around my nose on this side. It's actually getting really bad on this side. But I do have fairly deep nose creases. So there's that. But anyway, about a half an hour in, I'm liking the foundation. I think it looks okay, except for those couple of areas. I am going to keep an eye on it as I go through the day. They say this is full coverage, but I guess they don't call it full coverage. They call it high coverage. So right now, I agree. It doesn't look cakey on my skin. And maybe if I had added more, it might. But I don't know, guys. Just it's doing some weird things on my forehead, right above my eyebrows there. I don't know. Anyhow, so far it's not too bad. I'm liking it right now. So I am going to go about my day. I've got a couple of things, a couple errands I'm going to run this morning. I think we're going to film a mukbang for my other channel, my OmniZ Vegan channel. If you don't watch that, check it out. We taste test and try out eat vegan food from an omnivore perspective. So anyway, we are going to film a mukbang, so my lipstick's probably going to be gone here at some point in the very near future. But yeah, we're just going to go about our day, and I will check in, what I say, it's 10 o'clock, maybe around 2-ish, 2:30. And then again, around 6 to 7, depending on what my day ends up looking like. I really don't have any plans. It's a Saturday when I'm filming this. So I really don't have any specific plans of what I plan to do today. So, except for do a couple of errands that I know I need to do. So we'll see what the day holds. So anyway, I will see you guys in a few hours. All right, everybody, it is time for my midday check-in. Let's see if I can get my watch up here. It is about 2:40-ish, 2:40, 2:45. So I'm a little bit late for my check-in, but I've had this on for about 4.5 hours. And I'll tell you what, I'm not disappointed with this foundation, but I'm not excited for this foundation. So far, I'm looking in my mirror right here. That spot on my forehead is still there. If you guys can see it, I'm hoping the camera will pick it up since I can get a little bit closer here. But right along my hairline, it's still there. Along my nose, that little spot there that was, I think, from my primer is still there. So I haven't taken the time to get rid of it. I think the finish looks nice. And here, I'm going to try to show you around my mouth here. Like, it's doing some weird things, like right in there. So that's kind of weird. I don't think I can tell you that I've had another foundation do that. I don't know. Now granted, my mouth's normally closed. So people aren't going to be like, is your mouth weird? Anyway, my chin actually looks really good. Like it's not cracked. It actually looks really good. So yeah, I mean, it's got a little bit of cracking, but for the most part, it looks pretty good. So anyway, 4.5 hours in, I'm actually really impressed with this so far. The thing along my forehead and along my nose right here, I don't think are the foundation's fault. I think that's something I did maybe with the primer or something not quite right, not blending it in quite right or rubbing it in quite right into my skin. So I think that's what those are. The weird part around my mouth, though, that I'm not liking, and I can't really blame that on the primer. But other than that, like my nose is doing a little bit of weird thing, like right in here, but it's not horrible. So other than those couple of things that I just mentioned, so far 4.5 hours in, I'm really liking this foundation. Like I said, there's a couple of things that I'm not quite happy with, but I mean, I will say, you know, all of my lines are showing, but I can't blame that on the foundation either. So anyway, I'm going to wear this for a couple more hours and I will check in around 6:30. All right, guys, welcome back. The time is now 8:02. So I've had this on for what? So I've had this on for like 8.5 hours, I think. Wasn't it 10:30 was our check-in time? Yeah, 9.5 hours. 9.5 hours. Whatever it is, you guys have seen the video. I'll put the time here or something. I don't know. It's been a weird day. It's just been a weird day. I've been editing video all day, and then I did run a couple of errands. You saw me out in the rain. It was outside my house, so I really didn't go anywhere. But we did run a few errands. All right, so let's talk about the foundation. That's what we're here for. There are some funky things going on with this foundation, and I don't know why. So I'm going to zoom you in and show you because I'm not quite sure what's going on. All right, first and foremost, there is a spot right here beside my lip. I hope the camera's picking it up, but it's like super dry. Like it looks like I have a dry patch. It's right, hold on, I'm going to move in just a little bit more. It is right here. And I'm hoping the camera is picking this up because it's like right around here, right around my mouth. So, I hope the camera picked that up, but it's really weird. It's just like this one spot that just looks really dry right here. If I touch it with my finger, it doesn't come off. So I don't know what's going on there. My forehead looks the same. I still have that one weird patch right here where it's looking like it's not blended in, but again, that could be me. And if I rub it, it actually just looks worse. It did come off on my finger though. I did powder this makeup because it needed it. It was transferring. But then on the flip side, if you look at my nose looks really oily, number one. Now this does not claim to be an oil controlling foundation, but it looks really oily and it looks almost like it's rubbed off my nose. And I didn't like blow my nose at all today. I'm not sick. I wasn't sneezing. It looks what it really looks like, and this is going to sound really bad. It looks like it slid off my nose into my nose creases. Can you guys see that? Let's get this side. Yeah, it looks like it just slid right off the sides of my nose into my nose creases. That's wonderful, isn't it? I don't know. Sometimes, guys, it's just been a weird day. But anyway, I think on the parts of my face where I'm not having issues, it looks nice still after 9.5 hours. Like on my cheeks, I think it still looks really nice. I can still see my contour. It's kind of worn off, but it's still there. I didn't have a heavy contour to begin with, and I can definitely still see my blush. I don't know. My forehead, it's settled a little bit into my line, but not too bad. My mascara's flaking, but that's not the foundation's fault. On my chin, it actually looks really good. It's not broken up. Now down here on my bottom part of my chin, it looks like it's worn off and I wasn't touching my face very much. So that's the weird thing about this is like some parts of my face look really good and some parts of my face just look weird. And I'm not sure why it's doing the different things that it's doing. Like I really wasn't doing much today and I don't know. Like why is it gathering on a dry patch of skin here, but then this area here looks nice? I don't know. I just don't know. That weird spot on my nose is still there. But again, I think that is because of the primer. So I'm not going to hold that against it. But I think my cheeks look nice. I think my forehead looks pretty nice. If you're a younger woman, if you're in maybe your late 20s or early 30s and you're seeing this, I think this actually might work really well for your skin unless you have a lot of blemishes like I do. Even my blemishes though. I mean, if you look at my blemishes, like down here, is normally a problem area for me. I think it looks fine. Now I know my skin and I know how bad it can look with certain foundations. And right now I think it looks fine. So I don't know. I think my review of this is a little mixed. I would say on one hand, it looks pretty good, but then there's just those couple of spots that looks kind of weird. So I'm going to keep trying this. I will let you guys know at the end of June what my final decision is on this foundation. But for now, it's not a hate decision, but it's not a love decision, if that makes sense. I don't know. Maybe I make no sense at all. So I do hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up down below. If you haven't already and you would like to be, please hit the red subscribe button. And don't forget to hit that little bell to notify you when I do upload new videos. And if you have any comments, leave those in the comment section down below. I do appreciate any feedback you guys have. Have you guys tried this coverage foundation from The Ordinary? What is your experience with it? I know I have some viewers who have dry skin. I know I have some viewers who have very oily skin. What is your opinion of this if you've tried it? I think this was around $7. I did order it off of Beautylish. So yeah, I'd love to hear what your thoughts are. So anyhow, I do hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed this month's 5 days of foundation. And I will see you guys on the next Epic Beauty Fail. Bye.